mean,
Paste, it's a magazine, had a great interview with Joe Dante, and this is what he said. He said the middle-range movies that I was doing have largely either stopped being made or they've moved to television. Now that television is a go-to medium for directors that can't work in theatricals. But with the new miniseries concept, you can tell a long story in detail without having to cram it all in 90 minutes. You don't have to cut the characters and take out the secondary people. You can actually put them all on a big canvas, which is all for the good. But what's happened in the interim is that theatrical movies, being a spectacle business, are now either giant blockbusters that run 3 hours. Even superhero movies run 3 hours. And the others are dysfunctional family indie movies or slob comedies or kiddie movies, and those are all lower budget. So the middle ground of movies that are actually about things are gone, or they're on HBO like the LBJ movie. Even people like Paul Schrader and Walter Hill can't get their movies theatrically distributed because there's no market for it. So this is coming from Joe Dante, who, I mean, in the 80s, he was one of the Spielberg protégés. I mean, movies like Inner Space and that kind of thing weren't necessarily, they're good movies. They weren't challenging the status quo. they weren't challenging much of anything in any way, but they just were pure entertainment, and he can't make those anymore. There's no place for mid-level audience pleasers anymore.
Well, this is from the IndieWire article. This is Ann Thompson. She says, while some projects do survive intact despite those limitations, certain limitations, how is a director going to grow and learn, much less make a living? Some shoot commercials like Spike Lee or Errol Morris. Some teach, like Kelly Reichardt. I didn't know she was teaching. They direct documentaries like Kevin McDonald, or they make shorts like Michael Gondry, Spike Jonze, or even Paul Thomas Anderson. Jones doesn't have, Duncan Jones doesn't have many options as a rising director, and television, while it offers a range of experiences for directors like Jeremy Podeswa or Agitza Holland when they're not making films in their home country.
Or Don Dahl. Don Dahl is going to that a lot. I mean,
it isn't always a fully satisfying meal for directors who want to run their own show. Even experienced directors like Guillermo del Toro run afoul of studio movies that require patience, collaborative teamwork, and going along with the bigger picture. Sometimes it takes guts to argue with your agent or walk away from an actual job, as Matthew Vaughn has done, to recognize when the planets do not align. Jones provides a cautionary tale for the countless directors in his position, but there are no easy answers for this dilemma. So, I mean, it's a big deal. I'm waiting for the day when a studio head stands up and says, we are going to make more mid-level movies. I mean, that's going to be, we'll have to see if it actually turns out, but it really is something that needs to be done. I think that there's an audience for them, and I know that they're going to require a little bit more creativity, but it's just something that has to be done for the art form, or else this is going to be, how Joe Dante describes it accurately, of just nothing but, those kind of movies that he says are getting made.
There is some hope, but it's like A Bigger Splash, The Lobster, Love and Friendship, or playing right now at the Art House scene. And Maggie's Plan, they're all very good. But if you look at those movies when they're coming on the credits, there, as we've talked about, several different production companies, several different funders. I mean, there's so many people have to put up money to get these movies made.
Sometimes when a movie, when a lower budget movie starts, I mean, you wade through like 3 minutes of company credits.
Yeah,
not trailers, company credits.